Okay, some quick notes about zigzagging this edge. I don't want my zigzag stitch to go past my row of small stitches. So my row of small stitches is here, and on this white fabric, it's right here on the edge. I want my zigzag stitch to basically stay over here. I don't want it to be too far apart again. So what I recommend is getting some scrap fabric. Doesn't really matter what kind. And putting it under here. Putting it under your machine, playing with the length and the width, because again, this is how long your stitches are this way, and the width is how wide they are this way. Length is how close they are together. Sorry, I mixed that up backwards. I did it backwards. Okay, so width is how wide they are. So the wider your width, the closer they are going to get to your stitches here. Now we don't want them super narrow. I have mine set at a 4. That should be just fine. That's about what we should have used for our apron V's. So that should be just fine. However, my V length, I don't want it to be at 0 because I don't want to take all the time to embroider this whole edge to make it one solid row of stitches. So I've also moved it to a 2.5. I might move it to a 3. Let's see what will happen here. Okay, so I gotta turn this off. It's such a bad glare. Okay, so you're gonna see right here, I'm pretty happy with that. I might bump it down to a 2 because this is a little bit the length. I'm going to bump the length down to a 2 because this is a little bit of a bigger zigzag than I want. I also got started a little bit trying to film and sew did not work. Obviously I started a little bit too high up here, so I'll probably go over that again till it's on the white edge. The goal of this zigzag stitch is to keep this white edge from fraying and ruining the whole inside of your hood. Bonus is that it also kind of takes all these pleats that would otherwise be a little bit bulky and uncomfortable, and it kind of tidies them up by sewing them flat. So it's a little bit more comfortable in that sense. If you find that you don't like how thick this section of sewing is, like when you wear it, simply sew a zigzag stitch really close to this line and then trim off the extra. So it, because again, what we're going to do here at the end, because I'm sewing, I'm going to adjust when I'm actually sewing with both hands. I'm going to sew closer to this, more on all the way on the white. So I'll be able to trim all that extra green off versus this green. If I trimmed the green off, I'd cut my stitches. And I want the green off because I want it to be an even edge to look pretty. And I want to get rid of some of the bulk. So I need to basically start over. And I'm going to move my length to a 2, which makes how wide apart my stitches are. And I'm going to leave my width at a 4 because I'm happy with how wide this is going back and forth. Okay, so I'm going to finish this. I'll post pictures and feel free to call me if you have questions. And again, if you don't like this because these are too far apart, simply sew another row closer to your line of small stitches. And again, then we're going to remove these 2 stitches here.